Yes, the impact of the knowledge channel is really quite big. We've had several studies done. The first one was the study done on Team Mindanao. Team Mindanao was a project funded by the USAID, which brought us to the little barangays, the island barangays of Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, Basilan, to put satellite dishes in 150 schools. What happened there was we had a study done by the UP Institute of Statistics, and the impact in that area, which is actually the poor, where the poorest of the poor live, was actually, all things being equal, they say, taking out all the variables, the students were able to improve their academic performance. In fact, their National Achievement Test scores, or the NAT, which is the gold standard for DepEd, went up by between 2 to 3%, which is really, it doesn't seem big, but it's really a huge percentage, no? As long as our programs were watched regularly, because like I guess Rina said a while ago, all of our programs are curriculum based. That was not just the impact actually. Would you believe in rural areas such as Maguindanao and the other Mindanao areas, there's actually an increase in enrollment. An increase in enrollment because the kids pala in those areas, a lot of them don't have television sets. So when we bring the TVs to the schools, some of the kids would be watching from the windows, and peeping into the classrooms, those not studying. So the teachers would say, hoy, 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 umalis kayo dyan. She'd close the windows and say, kung mag-enroll kayo bukas, sabihin ninyo sa mama o sa papa ninyo, pwede kayong pumasok. So, I joke you not, the enrollment went up, and then the absenteeism went down, and the dropout rates went down. That was for the Team Mindanao study done by Dr. Dennis Map of the UP Statistics. Further down the line, we had a huge project which involved connecting more than 500 schools around the whole country with, again, satellite dishes, the big ones at the time, and access that provided the access to the knowledge channel. And that study was done by the Lasallian Institute for Development and Educational Research, and the findings there were really quite fantastic also. The study involved more than 44,000 respondents made up of teachers and students. And the main findings there, of course, they compared the schools which had the knowledge channel to the schools which did not have the knowledge channel. And again, all the schools which had the knowledge channel, where the children watched the programs regularly, outperformed all the other schools which had the knowledge channel. And not just that, the teachers were also inspired. I was going to say that yes, the quantitative results are really good, but to me, I think the most powerful impact we have had is that we have developed among the students a love for learning. Because when you develop a love for learning, that stays with you forever. Among the students, it's a love for learning which we were able to create. And among the teachers, they really got very motivated and enthused about teaching with a different method, that is, with video. Now I'm going to answer the question which has to do with ABS-CBN's helping us in the earlier productions of the Knowledge Channel. Okay, we're talking about two productions, Kasaysayan TV and Pamana. ABS-CBN has been with us from the beginning. With Pamana, this was a project for Araling Panlipunan for grade 3 until grade 5. We were able to get funding from the National Commission on Culture and the Arts. And the program, it was one of the firsts for us, next to doing programs on Kasaysayan TV, which is actually also for Araling Panlipunan, but for a higher grade. For Pamana, we got the services of a child star, si Jiro Manyo, And of course, the ABS-CBN Foundation, E-Media at the time, helped us. The project was managed by our production manager, Steve Sagon, and his co-production manager on the ABS side was Mariles Gonzalez. It was very, very challenging. It took very long because, of course, we were still feeling our way around, no, through productions. But at that time, we were able to get history consultancy and history teachers to vet our programs and to see to it talaga they fit the curriculum. We decided then, I actually interviewed Steve and got all the details from him because he's no longer with the Knowledge Channel. We used a cloud rat as a character, as a puppet, to bring out all the history lessons. The format, since it was a grade 3 program, was a fantasy format. You know, Jiro would get on a carpet with Bobby Wood and they would explore the Philippines and the world, and in the process, of course, discover our culture, discover our history and all that. It was a very challenging project in that it was the birth pain. We experienced birth pains. The hero, Jiro, was always sleepy for one. Sobrang challenging. He was always sleepy because as a child star, I think he was very overworked. He would shuttle from one program to the other, to the point that Miss Rina had to set down the ground rules for children working, that there were no tapings that could take place after midnight, that he would have to do homeschooling and all that. That was very, very challenging. But, you know, until now, 15, 16 years down the line, we're still playing back that program because the lessons are eternal, actually. And the cloud rat we used, Bobby Buot, was actually an endemic, and endangered Philippine animal found in the Sierra Madres, a cloud rat, and whose life is endangered. So we incorporated into the episodes not just history, but environment as well. ABS-CBN Foundation at the time lent us their equipment, their production personnel, the studios, which were still in Juice Mag, and we were able to do quite a production. And the impact, again, of that now is we've developed in the children a really big sense of history and a proudness to be Filipino. And we're going to go on producing programs for as long as we can for the Filipino children, because we know that when we do this, we're building a nation of people who will care for their country. Thank you. Doris Nuval, I'm head of Access, School and Community Engagement of the Knowledge Channel. Thank you.